Welcome, guys. Sorry for the slight delay. It was just because I had to get that all set up. But here we are once again watching another Club World Cup match, and it's LAFC versus Esperance. I know the scoreboard looks completely wrong, and don't worry, I'm fixing it right now. It's okay. Welcome back, guys. Welcome back. I literally, as soon as I got back to my house, about a minute to set everything up, and I had nothing set up. So, yep. Just quickly trying to do it all now. Let's get to the exact time on this timer. 37 seconds. There we go. Okay, we're exactly on. There we go. And now let's do the team logos, which we can get done because I already downloaded them, luckily. Club badges. What is this one? It's called LAFC, right? Yep. And welcome back, Not So Chap and DinoDoomz. Vamos Club America. You know, the LAFC are definitely the stronger team here. Welcome back, Ian, as well. Drop your score predictions in the chat, guys. I'll rank them as well. Just let me get the Espérance logo. There we go. Okay, we got it. We're all good. Hey, AR, welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing well. And you don't know any of those teams? I don't really know about Espérance either. LAFC is kind of new to me. You think LAFC 1-0 DinoDoomz? Possible. I think maybe 2-0 LAFC. And yes, AR, I got the nice little, you know, I keep forgetting what they're called. Frosted tips there. Yes, it's cold, you know. It's looking good. W's in the chat, guys. Smash like for frosted tips. But yes, here we are watching LAFC versus Esperance. So, yeah, Esperance is hope in French. So, hope they win. Okay. You know, definitely. I got a couple here. I go. Can't keep your eyes open. No problem, Ian. Well, thanks for just stopping by, you know. Show right side. There's that side. And then there's that side. There you go. W's. Nothing. Only the top's done with the nice ash blonde color. I also need to shut my room door. It's not shut. It'll be done here. I think everything else is good, though. Besides, maybe LAFC's color should be not that. And instead of like a dark gold color. Like there, maybe. There we go. Yes, colored. Ash blonde is the color. And LAFC 1-0. Wait, what's Club America? DinoDoomz. Because the club's versing is LAFC versus Espérance from Tunisia. And here we go. This is going to be a free kick, actually, for LAFC. LAFC taking the free kick. Here it goes. Inside, and it's just cleared away by Espérance. And here's an actual chance for Espérance to really score. It's a 3v1, but LAFC do win this one. 3v1, and it's done. Yes, I did it. I've done it before. This is the third time I've actually had it. Frosted tips. I've also got a full white one before. Oh, it showed on the... Wait, the thumbnail showed that? Okay. Sorry, DinoDoomz, let me see that. That should not be the case. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I've made a mistake here. Sorry, DinoDoomz. Esperance versus LAFC. Yeah, I've done a mistake. It's because the DAZN thumbnail I'm using is not... Yeah, I'm just going to have to use this one for now. I'm not really bothered. Here we go. This is a proper thumbnail. Don't worry, I got it. Sorry about that, guys. That's the first mistake I've ever made on a thumbnail. Mistakes happen. No problem, Not So Chap. Well, hope you have a nice sleep, and hopefully I'll see you again tomorrow, bro. But W's, thank you for tuning in. Appreciate it. Did I see the Discord message? No, I just got back now, Dorito Chip. Literally, I didn't even have time to set this up. All done in the stream. And Hugo Lloris making a crucial save, by the way, to stop Esperance from scoring. A double save it was. Brilliant from him. And let's see what you sent here. Dorito Chip. Esperance color should be yellow. Yeah. Oh, it is light green? I swear it's yellow. On my selection thing, it's D9. There, made it slightly more yellow. Didn't really seem green to me, but okay. Guess I'm a bit colorblind then. Maybe it should be more red, honestly. And the beauty of America. One Piece, Dragon Ball, and some other packs of cards there. W's. And I love the photo Speedy is there. And also, yes, Not So Jap joined in. I'm just going to do the wave to them because I saw their join there. Didn't my parents tell me anything? What do you mean, AR? What do you mean? Welcome back, Zo3ella. Welcome back to the stream. Esperance, yeah, good now. And yes, I read all the things. Lucky. I thought I didn't read all the messages. Smash like for messages. Smash like for reading them. Okay, this is going to be LAFC. Like curling my hair? I'm a big boy, AR. I'm 18. I'm a big boy. I can make the decisions, you know. And, oh, it's not cards. I couldn't see. What is it then? Because my screen is not zooming into that. Oh, well, yeah, definitely, well, W for my parents for letting me do it. But yeah, I've done it about 5 times. This is like the 3rd time frosted tips, but I've done 2 full hair colors as well, of a nice platinum. And get the tops packs. Yes, I actually opened it on a previous stream, King Dooms. I opened this one. You'll have to check out, you know, the short. The latest short is actually me opening the packs, King Dooms. So you can watch that if you want, or you can go back onto the stream. I think it was one of the Club World Cup streams. And it's a hot chocolate packet. Oh, wow. I did not tell, Dorito Chip. Wow. Well, I was puzzled by that. Okay, well, here is LAFC with the ball. I'm just going to have to close my door, okay, guys? Score predictions in the chat. For anyone who hasn't done it, I'm just showing my door so I don't wake up my house. Okay, now we can be as loud as we want. Good. Okay, door shut. Your parents would have told you you're staying in our house when you would be staying by your own money, then you can do it. Well, yeah, luckily, I did it mainly because, you know, of course, Ronaldo's got this sort of hairstyle before. Yamal got it at his age. And, you know, it's a pretty cool hairstyle. It fades over time. My hair grows really quickly, so I'll probably have it gone in like 2 months. So, yeah, it's just at the moment. It looks nice. You have to agree, right, guys? This looks good. This nice little hairstyle. It is Esperance with the ball now. Thank you, I appreciate it. Yeah. And Esperance actually has a large fan base here at the stadium. I'm surprised. They actually got a really big fan base here. I think this is LA's home stadium. I don't know. We'll check FootMob to have a look here. Again, a little bit unprepared, but we're back. We'll be prepared for the 4 a.m. match, of course. 3-1 Al Taraji. Yes, definitely. I think Esperance might have the better equipment to, you know, defeat LA. But, of course, LA's got Olivier Giroud, who can be very unpredictable. How much it costs for a normal haircut? I don't know. I actually don't know. I didn't pay for it, so I'm not too sure, AR. I just asked, and then I was able to get this one. I've had it before a couple of times. I think I knew the price maybe like 2 years ago when I got it originally. But now it's not that much, though. It's pretty, because it's easy to do. And also, Dorito Chip, you should make yourself some hot chocolate, you know? You should make you... my parents paid for it, of course. Yeah, because my parents are nice. And this is LA, just bringing it out. It's here less than $1. Wow. For a normal haircut, yeah, it's definitely not expensive. Also glad I fixed that error with Club America. Is Club America even in the competition? I don't even think they're in it. Why did they show up as like part of the competition there? Because that's kind of weird. Also, Mr. Messi, should I call Esperance Al Taraji from now on, or should I just keep calling them Esperance? I'm not too sure. You should do a stream driving to university if I have a car. No, I don't have a car, Dorito Chip. I'm probably going to take the train to university. There is a train here. Here's Esperance on an attack. This could be a goal, and it's just cleared away. And there's a shot, and it just hits the post on the left side. El Taraji almost scores, and it's almost a goal for them, and it's going to be what looks like a goal kick because it just went out off the post there. What a chance by Esperance. Hugo Ruiz does not look nice at his teammates there. Yes, I know how to ride a bike. I learned how to ride one when I was about 5 years old, way back in the Australia. But now, yeah, I'm pro bike rider, you know. Also, if you guys know any Fortnite YouTubers, you know Cypher PK, right? If you know Fortnite, wearing the metal umbrella, rocking it here today. But here we go. Los Angeles FC. We didn't read out the lineup, so here we go. For LA, we got Hugo Lloris as the goalkeeper, Hollingshead as left back, Segura and Long as the two centre-back partnership, Palencia as the right back, Delgado, Jesus, and Tillman as the DMs, which will alternate into the AM position, of course, like we saw in LA's game against Chelsea. Bouanga, Giroud, and Martinez as the forwards. Giroud is replacing, of course, I think it was Yeboah who started over Giroud last time. So, yeah, Giroud definitely needs to start. Don't know why he didn't last game, but sure. Ben Said is the goalkeeper for Esperance Belaili for right back, Meria, Tugay, and Ben Hamida for the defenders, Guenichi and Ogbelu as the defensive midfielders, Mokwana, Belaili, and Kanate as the forwards, and Rodriguez as the striker for Esperance. And today you won 4-2 scoring and 1 a penalty. Oh, wow. W's AR for winning, finally. You know, Club America works clear because the owners own another club in the tournament. Okay, I see. That's why. I don't know why, though, that's the default, because I'm using DAZN's, like, little thing as the thumbnail, just so it's, you know, more time efficient just to use that. But for some reason, yeah, they've used Club America's on this one that I've taken from, which is strange. So DAZN's actually made the mistake too. I think maybe they've fixed it, I don't know. But there, we got one anyway. 2 losing streaks came to an end. I know, AR, that's a big W for you. Congratulations. This is now LAFC with the ball. When they do a cooling break at the stadium, definitely going to get a glass of water, guys, because I haven't drank for now, like 2 hours. And, yeah, you need to stay hydrated for your health. I don't want to disrupt the commentary for you guys. And that is going to go straight out. Ben Said is going to be happy about that one. And he's going to take the goal kick, of course, for Al-Taraji. I think I should also get a haircut. Yes, you should, AR. Definitely go, you know, maybe you don't have to get the color, but, like, this style is actually cool. Yeah, Loki, you did say about that the other day. Yeah, you maybe. I don't know what you look like, so do something based on what you think is best suiting for yourself, of course, and what your friends think. How many evolutions do I got in Clash Royale? I'm a bit of a pay-to-win master. I got nearly all of them, except for, like, 2. Because I originally on this channel I was making My Sea Monsters content when I was younger. Then I stopped. Then I thought, you know what, we'll start up with Clash Royale content. That's why the streams starting up, you know, this growth period were Clash Royale streams for the first, like, 10. So, yeah, that's why. And here is LAFC with the ball, just on an attacking chance here, just to chip out onto this left side here. Now with the ball is Bouanga. Bouanga still just held and removed. Esperance get what looks like to be a goal kick. And, yep, that goes out there. It was actually, yeah, Bouanga just bringing the ball out, it looks like. It's because you never had that long hair. Yeah, you know, maybe it's good. Maybe it's good. I've never grown such long hair. Probably this is the longest I grew it the last time you saw my hair. Yeah, exactly. That's why, you know, just keep using shampoo, conditioner, and that's the best you can do. You're going to buy the monthly pass for Clash Royale. Okay, Dorito Chip, just beware, though, you have to pay that amount every single month. And once you start paying, it's like an addiction. It never stops. It never stops. No matter how much you want to stop playing the game, it never stops. I promise you. Speaking as a 9-year addict to the game. And this is now on the left side here, going to be Segura. Now Hollingshead, back to Segura. Over to Long. And Long is trying to find a little chip pass over to Martinez. Yes, CR7 man bun. Yeah, the Juventus era. Exactly. And that's going to be intercepted nicely by Jesus. And now Jesus with the ball here for LAFC. There's a little pass trying to find. This is a chance for LA. And they've just missed a tap in Giroud. And he scores. Giroud. Olivier Giroud. Giving LAFC the lead. But it is offside. The goal disallowed. Esperance have 2 official names. El Taraji is the Arabic version. Okay, I see. So, yeah, I'll call it probably just... I'll alternate between the names, you know? I'll give it a spin on both. I cannot believe that goal by Olivier Giroud was counted offside. I think it is, definitely. But, of course, the referee's probably going to be having a look at this one. I think it's offside most definitely there. I think it was Boateng who was Boanga, sorry, who was offside there. And Esperance just have a little dug downfield, and this is back to LAFC. Jesus passing over to his left side here. It is now over to Long, up to Hollingshead. Hollingshead for ball, trying to find Boanga, and it's going to be Ben Said who just tackles that nicely and keeps it out. And it's going to be a free kick, I think, for Ben Said because he just got fouled there. How is you and my brother's family? Yes, so we're all good. Having a nice day, you know. Only a little bit of sleep, but love football, so I'll keep doing this for you guys. Smash like for this type of videos, you know, because I love doing it. And yeah, hope you're doing all well, everyone in the chat. Love to know if you guys are doing well. And now it is, definitely a free kick for Esperance there. I just think Ben Said was pushed over by Boanga. A little bit of an unnecessary push. And here it is, down the field. And Esperance do regain some possession here. El Taraji losing it, however, for a LAFC throw-in. And this LAFC throw-in is going to be conducted by what looks to be, I think that was Delgado just passing back to Palencia. Now it's onto the side. Segura passing to Hollingshead. Hollingshead back to Hugo Lloris. And now this is Long. Palencia. Through ball finds Jesus. Now over to Delgado. Tillman passes out to Boanga. Boanga now on the left side. Giroud calling for a ball. And he does receive it there. However, it's just a little bit bad. And that's just a miss for LAFC. It looks like, however, that Martinez just collide with the post. Which is unfortunate because he looks a little bit injured on his back there. But what a close chance there for LAFC. You sport past Real. The addiction's begun, Dorito Chip. The addiction has begun. You'll never leave Clash Royale now. And you can have some photo shoot with this haircut. You and photography if you stayed near. Yes. Yeah, well. You have to share some of your photography one time, AR, you know? You look like Dennis Suarez with this haircut. Thanks. Thanks. Yeah, definitely. I like the cut. If you guys know what in Benfica's team, if you know what's his name, I was talking about him earlier. Here, I'll tell you him. There's a guy on Benfica's team that just played Prestiani. There, of course, I remembered it before. I've seen the lineup. Prestiani. His haircut's exactly the same as mine. And hello, il canal comico di Gian. Welcome to the stream. Hope I didn't butcher that pronunciation. Who is the new champion of the World Cup, Club World Cup for me? Personally, so I've got so originally I had prediction PSG would get to the final. However, I'm starting to think that one of these South American teams is going to get to the final because they are looking insanely good. I'm not even joking, guys. Watching all of these matches, they are amazing, the South American teams. And to be honest, the strongest looking one has to probably be between Botafogo and Flamengo, just because Bota, of course, win against PSG, the Champions League winners, holding on. They had brilliant chances, Bota, in that game. And, of course, as well, Flamengo, a dominant win against Chelsea after that first half display being not so great. But for me, the Club World Cup winner, as a biased pick, Real Madrid, because I support Real Madrid as my club. But as an unbiased pick, I probably think that the champion is going to be either Botafogo or Bayern Munich. It's between one of those two. Bayern just looks amazing. But bias Real Madrid. If Real can sort of, you know, establish a better team setup, because at the moment it's not looking great. If Real can really, you know, capitalize on this you know, the squad that we have, then we can definitely get to the final. But it's just about, you know, teamwork and actually playing Zabby's format. And I've been playing for 4 hours in total, probably. Wow, Dorito Chip. Go check out this new Dragon Clash Royale. Yes, the Inferno Dragon Evolution. And that is caught by Ben Said. Once I'm going to install Insta, I would be sending some pics. Yeah. Botafogo, I think, yes, same Bayern is looking great. yeah, Bayern definitely is looking very good and sharp. We'll see them, of course, after this match. Bayern versus Boca Juniors. Definitely is going to be a test to see if Bayern can defeat the South American curse, which is all the South American teams being unbeaten so far in this tournament. W South America, guys. Smash like for South America. Also, I didn't put up the poll for you guys, so you better vote in it. Who you got for this match? Here we go. I'm going to put up both teams, and you guys can vote up who you think is going to win this game. So, on one side, we have LAFC, of course, golden and black. And we also have Esperance Belaili, which are red and yellow. And there's also a draw option. Draw. There we go. So, vote up on that poll, guys. Who you think's going to win? You are heavily watching your channel grow. Yes, thank you, AR, so much. Yeah, it's been happening. That's why I appreciate every single subscriber, every single like button, every single comment has been just... It's been a joy to my heart to watch the channel grow. You know, I never thought we could get this far, but we are. But back to the game. No more yapping here. Here we have now Segura passing the ball back to Long. Long over to Valencia. Valencia back to Long. And Long's just going to play to Segura. LAFC trying to, you know, retain statistics of possession because that is important, especially against Esperance, such an attacking team. We saw them attack, you know, against Flamengo. Though they were defeated, they were, you know, relatively strong on the attack. And this is now LA still with the ball. Botafogo are South Americans champions. Yeah, they won the Copa Libertadores. I did see that against Athletic Mineiro, I think it was. I might be wrong. You guys can correct me. But yeah, Botafogo definitely up there for the better team in this tournament. Possible finalists. Of course, they're going to have to defeat the likes of, you know, Manchester City, Juventus, who are looking very strong for this tournament, I got to say. They've got to defeat PSG again, maybe, if it gets to, like, you know, the stage where PSG get through as well. PSG will be playing their full team that time as well. They also have to defeat Real Madrid, Bayern, Al Hilal, all competitors really for this title, I think, most definitely. And so far, 2 votes for Esperance Belaili, 100% of the votes so far. Vote up for your team, guys, if you haven't already, to see who has the most support here, who has the most fans. And this is going to be a yellow card, actually, for an Belaili player. Maybe? No? I think this might be Tillman's yellow card, actually. Yeah, let's have a look here. Yeah, Tillman gets the foul on his fellow number 11 there. Belaili, I think that just gets the foul there. Belaili. Tillman, bit disappointed there in him. He is definitely one of the star players, aside from, of course, Olivier Giroud and Hugo Lloris. I was expecting him to really be important in LAFC's game against Chelsea, but he wasn't seeming to be of much importance there. He wasn't really doing that great. Here's Esperance taking a chance, and that is going to go out for a throw-in for Esperance, just headed away by LAFC. This throw-in might be going into the box here. Miami to the final, 1% chance, 99% faith. Yeah, I mean, they have to go through, you know, Miami's on the same side of the bracket as Bayern, it looks like, at the moment, just based on performance. So, if Bayern win tonight and Miami get first in the, or second in the group, I don't know which one it is, I think it's second, they're going to have to try and go through Bayern. And I don't think many teams are going to get through that Bayern side, especially, you know, how offensively good they look. Genuinely don't understand how Bayern didn't beat Inter in those games, you know, in the Champions League, because clearly Inter are in shambles at the moment. Bayern are showing, you know, so much quality, especially with new signing John Hunter, spicing up that defense sector. We also have Upamecano, Kingsley Coman's back in form with his brilliant performance last time out. Mikel Olise, Yamal Musiala now back as well. He is essential to that Bayern team, especially with Thomas Müller leaving. This is now Esperance just playing it to the side here. This is now Ogbelu. Now Konate. And Konate just passes straight out. Though it must take a deflection off, it looks like Tillman. So it's going to be a Esperance throw-in. And Ben Hamida will be taking this one. Ben Hamida takes the throw there, and it's now Esperance ball. Here's a chance for Konate. He just passes away, and that was not really a good use of chance. You need 3 shots on target from Dennis Boanga today. Yeah, you know, Boanga has been looking good at the start of this match. He was definitely looking a bit feisty, definitely trying to win the ball, better than in that Chelsea game we saw him. But yeah, Boanga, hopefully he can get the 3 shots for you, Hector. I'm sure he can do that. As long as, of course, Olivier Giroud doesn't want to take all the shots himself. What do I think of Inter Milan? I think Inter Milan are genuinely out of form by a lot. I mean, Monterrey really played them in that game. Monterrey actually deserved to win with the amount of, you know, I watched that full match. The amount of fluent football Monterrey were playing, I was actually surprised that Inter even got a point from that one. And yeah, Bayern versus Boca is going to be an insane game, guys. Smash like and subscribe for that one because we are going to be streaming that one live, just like the rest of the games. But yeah, Inter are in shambles. They need to really improve. Maybe sign someone that's got some more tactical experience as the coach. I got not many ideas, you know, on what Inter's specific gameplay style will be coming up into this new Serie A season, especially with Inzaghi leaving. We haven't really seen much from Inter in terms of buying new signings, any interest. Çalhanoğlu, I've heard, is trying to leave Inter. And he was definitely missing from that game yesterday. Not yesterday, sorry, Inter's last game against Monterrey, because we obviously saw Bastoni almost playing as an inverted CM at some points in that game, coming up from centre-back, really pushing high up in the field. And I feel like that is, you know, currently Bastoni looks like Inter's best player. And that's a problem if your defender is the best player. You don't have any real solid attack. Lautaro Martinez, of course, is amazing. He did score in that game, but not as good as Bastoni was on the defense there. Kirby, here's the chance for LAFC, and it's just a miss. There's a goal for LAFC. It's 1-0 here for LAFC, and it looks like this is offside. It's now 0-0 once again. Referee's checking. LA could have had another goal there. Martinez, the one who did shoot, and the referee is going to be checking this one out. Is this goal offside to you guys? Are you watching it? If you are, let me know. Is this offside? I think it is. Martinez just offside in the initial play build up there. That was an offside, definitely. That was an offside, definitely. It must be an initial build up play there, which causes, of course, Martinez for LAFC to be offside. And it's going to be a goal kick. Yep, it is offside. That's 2 offside goals for LAFC now in this game. And now it's going to be Espérance just getting a foul, actually, here. Tillman winning the foul. And now it's going to be a free kick for LA. I feel like the best way for someone like Dennis Boanga or, of course, Olivier Giroud to get some shots on target in today's game is, of course, going to be through these free kick set pieces. Just like most goals have been in this tournament, actually from set pieces. And they're just showing this VAR for offside. Yeah, it's clear offside now from the monitor angle here. We have the line going straight through Martinez's left arm. So he is so far offside there. And now it's going to be here. Boanga taking the free kick. Cross coming in. And that is going to be punched away by Ben Said. And it's still LA's ball. And this cross coming in from LAFC just out to the far post. And it does not reach anyone. That's a goal kick for Ben Said. He's going to be happy that that did not do any sort of effects to this game. Big first half so far. Like, in terms of, you know, quality, we've seen a lot of chances here. And that's what we love to see in football. A lot of chances. A lot of different, you know, quality being presented on this field. You guys are voting as well now. 67% of you think El Taraji will win, and 33% LAFC for that. And, you know, I'm not going to be picking either side, of course, as a neutral commentation source. but definitely I can see some quality from either side. We've had missed chances from both Esperance and LAFC. Of course, Esperance hitting the post in the first 15 minutes there of play, and LAFC, of course, with 2 offside goals that were scored. And it is going to be here a water break for both teams. I'm actually going to get water myself. Make sure to stay hydrated, guys. I'll be back in 1 minute. You can watch the fish tank while I wait. Yeah, I'll move it out of the way. Or you can read this Sadio Mane card. Yeah, see this. Beautiful, beautiful Sadio Mane card. I know, LA surprisingly doing good. I know it's actually pretty insane how good LA are doing so far. Two offside goals there, really just showing and asserting dominance onto the game so far here. So I agree with you, Mr. Messi, for sure. We back, guys. We back. Thank you, Monet, for guarding. Turn off the light behind me. Okay. Yeah, sure. Yeah, is that good? Sorry, I usually have it off anyway. I think, yeah, it's usually this light off and that light's on still for the nighttime streams, of course. But we are back here, and I actually got water just in time for this kick to be played any second now. And let me put my special cards up there. Special PSG pack. Okay. Going to be Esperance taking a nice goal kick there. That was Ben said, just passing nicely out there to try and reach one of his midfielders. However, LA do regain possession very quickly. LA's ball. Hollingshead. Boanga open. Jesus is also open. Now it's Tillman. Just back over to the defense there. There's Segura. Now passing to Long. It's way better. Yeah. W's. And now this is going to be through by, I think it's Palencia. And now back to Hugo Lloris. Hugo Lloris just kicks the ball forward here. And there's a chance for a play. Oh, this is a very good chance there. And it's just cleared away by Ben said. That was an insane chance by LAFC there. Brilliant vision from Hugo Lloris to find. That was Martinez, of course, running on the side. Brilliant vision. Well done. And this is going to be LAFC again with the ball. They're really showing some attacking press here. So far, the stats stand as follows. LA, 62% of possession. Esperance, 38%. LA has 0.19 chance of expected goals. 1 shot, 0 on target. 1 big chance missed. Of course, the shots don't include the offside shots that were occurred. 185. Water in a whiskey glass. Yes, indeed it is. 185 passes with 90% accuracy. 2 fouls committed with 0 corners for LAFC. For Esperance, 38% possession, as mentioned. 0.41 expected goals, so they got a higher expected goal ratio. 3 total shots with 2 on target, 1 big chance and 1 big chance missed. 105 passes with 83% accurate. 3 fouls committed and 0 corners. So there has been, of course, no corners in this game yet. The stats indicate that LA is playing for more possession-based football, whereas, of course, we see, Esperance playing with better, shots, more onside shots, and that is definitely indicating, a more fluid style of gameplay for Esperance to stay onside here, something that LA is having trouble doing with their, of course, 2 denied goals for offside. It also shows, a great offside trap for Esperance in this game. And now this is going to be Ben Hamida. Now over to Ogbelu, who wins 2 chances there. That was actually Belaili. Belaili, nice crossover to the forward line. Hugo Lloris is going to sweep and keep that up. And just lobs the ball over to Hollingshead. Hollingshead through ball found to Jesus, now to Tillman. Olivier Giroud now opening himself up and just losing it to Esperance. And this is now an Esperance chance here. And it is running forward. Most likely going to be Guenucci. And it's back to Konate now through over to Belaili. Belaili presents the ball to Ben Hamida. Ben Hamida back to Belaili. Belaili finding some space, and Mariah now as the ball brings it over to the side of Ben Ali. Ben Ali passes to Mokwana. Mokwana back to Ben Ali. Now it is with the ball here. Belaili. And this is now Dugai. Over to Ben Hamida. Nice little one-touch by Konate to really find now this open space where Belaili is. Belaili considering a cross, but doesn't do one. And this is now over to the side of Ben Ali. There's a little pass there, and it's now over onto this side. Mokwana with the ball. Cross coming in. It's just deflected out for a throw-in. It's going to be a throw by Ben Ali. Ben Ali just throws back here to Mokwana. Nice through ball here, and here's a chance for Esperance to cross the ball in, and that just goes straight out. It's going to be a LAFC goal kick. Hugo Lloris doing it. What do I think of DAZN's streaming quality? I think it's the best online streaming platform I've ever seen. Honestly, yeah, I like the lineup, stats, formations, live updates presented on the screen because it doesn't have to. It sort of prevents me from having to leave, FootMob open on the side here, especially when I'm streaming. It's very helpful. Just a little side panel. The quality of the stream is good. I don't know if you've got the paid version. I got the paid version, so yeah, no ads. HD, good sound. Esperance just taking a corner here quickly. Let's just see this out, and then I'll keep going on about DAZN. There's a shot, and it's just deflected away. And now Esperance on the side here. But yeah, overall, I think DAZN is very good streaming service. They actually do NASA TV as well. For people who don't know, I am an Al Nassr supporter, and NASA TV is on here fully in the all sports category, so I get to watch all of Ronaldo's away games. Of course, got the NASA, season ticket, so I get to go to the home stadium games, all good. But the away games now, I can watch them. Never could before. And this is now going to be Konate passing it through, trying to find some space. And Esperance actually winning the ball back with a tight situation here. And here's a chance for Esperance, and it's just cleared away now on the side here. Once again, Mokwana. Let's see what he does. Is he going to take the shot? No, he's going to pass it out to his teammate on the side here. Rodriguez, now Mokwana just losing the ball, and this is going to be LAFC playing it through. LA now bringing it down to the right side here. This is going to be Martinez back to Valencia, now long. Segura. Hollingshead. Hollingshead passing back to Segura. And considering a long ball there, Segura just goes and passes instead in front of him to Tillman. Passes nicely back to him. And now the ball's on the right side here with a nice long ball. And this is a ball trying to find Martinez through 4 Esperance players. Fails to do so. And this is now going to be Esperance on a possible counter. Nope. Nicely cleaned up by LA. Martinez to now the ball on the left side. They're actually passing quicker than I can speak. This is now Bwanga. Bwanga skills past one and loses it. And LA regain. Poor clearance from Esperance. There's a little pass in there to number 11 for LA. Takes the shot. It just goes wide. I think that might be a corner. It looks like it deflected off of number 24 for Esperance there. That is Mokwana, yeah, deflecting that ball out for a corner for LAFC. Good defense, actually, from Mokwana there. Just sticking his foot out where it was needed because that shot was on target. definitely some nice defense from both teams, nice attack from both teams, some fluent football, and that's all we really need to see, you know, not the nil-nillers that we've been seeing in some of these matches, you know. And it's Martinez ready to take this corner. Cross coming in by Martinez, and that's going to reach the Esperance player, just headering it away from the box. And now this is going to be Esperance on a sort of counter chance here. There is only one back, and it's Esperance moving the ball forward with some pace. However, LA win it back, and Tillman is the one who does that brilliant tackle to win it off of Esperance. And now, yes, Esperance just passing around. LA just passing around the Esperance players, should I say. And that is a nice ball by Jesus to Tillman. Jesus. Now finding Palencia. Now over the side here, Martinez with the ball. Martinez tries to find a little nudge cross there, but Ben said just marks it away. So Olivier Giroud is blocked away from that one. Giroud is probably the player to watch for LAFC in terms of scoring. In terms of sort of playmaking style, I feel like that Tillman is the one to watch there. And, of course, the goalkeepers, both of them, Hugo Lloris has more experience, though I've been told Ben said is very good at goalkeeper balls, so we'll have to watch out for sort of his passing out and his accuracy there. What do I think of the tournament so far? Did it exceed my expectations? Honestly, I think the tournament sort of both under and overachieved some things, so, and like in terms of expectations. So first of all, I feel like that sort of brought out how South American football is extremely good. It's extremely good football, and European teams are being exposed for it, and that is something that I actually can appreciate, especially as well, you know, it's not even just South American teams, really. It's just teams in general, like, you know, Al Hilal, Botafogo. We saw it with Salzburg as well, and Monterrey. Well, we haven't seen it really with Salzburg, but we could see it, you know. Monterrey. We're seeing different teams really get some results here that we wouldn't have expected, and I feel like that's sort of one good thing about this tournament. It really does that well. One poor thing, though, is there's two main things. The first thing is the weather. It shouldn't have been hosted in tropical storm season. It shouldn't have been hosted in like the areas where rain is prevalent. Also, there is extreme heat, which most teams aren't used to, except for the MLS teams, the Saudi teams, and probably the Brazilian teams. I would assume they get pretty hot in the summer. So that's, again, something that's not really great, but especially the rain. Like, how many match cancellations? There's been 5 match cancellations so far. Like, suspensions, not cancelled matches, but, you know, like moving them forward in time, which hasn't been great. But, yeah, and then, of course, attendance is so bad. In this stadium, there's no one here. There is, like, about, 1,000 people in total that have come to attend this game, it looks like. No more than 1,000. So, yeah, that is definitely under expectation by the fact that FIFA was saying how many people are attending this. There's no one here. There's no one there attending it. So, yeah, that is technically a problem. I think that's just host nation problems, really, in terms of, you know, not even really host nation problem. I just think it's stadium selection, and also marketing hasn't been that great. And then one final little bickerance I have with it is, of course, you know, the team selection hasn't been great, you know, picking teams that aren't even the best in the current season, or the last season, for that matter, in some cases. So, yeah, I would like to see a better team selection, maybe in the future tournaments. Not that that's going to happen, of course, but still. And now this is on the side here. Bring the ball out. Martinez ready for a cross, and Esperance actually keep that one nicely. And that was a brilliant tackle by Esperance. And here's a long ball trying to meet the striker for Esperance, El Taraji. The striker, Rodriguez, not reaching that one. The attendance remind you SPL games? Yeah, but it's the same thing, you know. It's the same problem is with, you know, when you look at, for example, the SPL games, not many people realize, for example, from my location, if I want to attend an Al Nassr match, I have to go 5 hours by car to get to my location from there to Al Nassr. So the attendance for some teams to really go and visit Other teams, it's very hard. And then, of course, you have the problem with some teams aren't really well known at all. But, like, for example, Al Nassr's attendance, it really just depends on how many people are willing to fly out to Riyadh. And the Riyadh attendance, of course, is also majority university students, because Al Nassr's stadium is actually on a university campus. So most of their attendance is university students. And when there's exam season, they don't really come to the stadium. But Al Hilal, of course, biggest team in Saudi, and they also struggle with that sort of problem. A lot of people can't really fly out to watch their matches. The teams that don't struggle, Al Ahly and Etihad, their stadium, if you look at the Jeddah stadiums, they're always full to like 60, 70k capacity. And they genuinely are probably the best well-attending fans in this entire competition, really. It's just because Jeddah has so many people. It's got the seaports, of course, from Egypt, people coming in there. It's got, lots of train links as well. And how many minutes in stoppage time? 2 minutes of stoppage time here. 1 minute remaining after this little play. But yeah, there's the same problem here, really. Most, like for example, LAFC fans, they're going to have to fly out to this stadium. I don't even think this is their home stadium, right? This is Geodis Park, which I don't think is their stadium. So I don't think many LA fans are going to be willing to fly out, just for one game against this team, Esperance. Esperance Ultra is making a good attendance, so I do have to say. But yeah, that's how I see it, there is, a little bit of a dive here by Olivier Giroud. He's on the ground. There's no foul by Giroud. He's just sort of wasting a little bit of time here. About 30 seconds left of stoppage time. Ooh, there might have actually been a touch there inside this could actually be a penalty if the referee takes a closer look at that one. From the upper angle, you can see sort of a touch on Giroud's foot. Though I don't think it's that severe to be warranting a penalty, really. Yeah, it isn't. It's going to be a goal kick for Ben Said, it looks like. Or whatever the last play was before, of course, the stoppage. I think you're talking about, right, SPL. Yeah, so not only is it, for example, like I said, the distance, all of the Saudi cities are so far apart because Saudi is huge. Like, it seems small on the map, but that's the map. The proportions on a globe are off. The distance is massive between each Saudi city. That's why you only see really big game attendance for derbies. And then, of course, the weather, it's like 40 degrees during the games. And then also kickoff, is on a, most likely on a school night sometimes. It's at like 9, 10 p.m. at night. Due to the weather, that's what they have to do. Except when it's in the winter, then it's earlier. It's like at 4 p.m. in the winter. But yeah, that's how it is. And this is halftime here, guys. In the stadium, it's 0-0 at halftime. And so far, enjoyable half of football. I got to say, we can read some stats while we wait for this next half. So the stats are as follows. So this is all of LAFC's stats. 64% possession, 0.24 expected goals, 2 shots, 0 on target, 1 big chance missed, 300 accurate passes with 91% accuracy, 2 fouls committed, and 1 corner. For Espérance, 36% ball possession, 0.42 expected goals, 4 total shots, 2 on target, 1 big chance missed, 151 passes with a 82% accuracy, 6 fouls committed, and 1 corner. So both teams pretty level after this first half. I will say that LA were very dominative in terms of not only ball possession but chances, because the offside chances, of course, don't count as official chances on the stats, but we did see with our very own eyes, 2 cancelled goals, and it just shows maybe there's some good quality there in the Espérance, offside trap. It seems to be working, and LAFC really need to sort of beat that offside trap and maybe improve their gameplay, in terms of maybe baiting out the offside with the likes of maybe, for example, Wanger doing a dud run, and then you could have Giroud running through the middle, and the dud run sort of triggers the offside to go back. Giroud's hindering back, waits for it, and then he goes through, and then Giroud's the one who gets the ball instead. But yeah. Do I go to the boxing events in Saudi? Myself, no, but Most of the people in my family are big on boxing. And so, yeah, we've been to some boxing events before. Not me, but other people in my family have been. A lot of people, if you didn't know, DinoDoomz, who's my brother, he actually is in boxing. And he was invited to tournaments here. There's lots of tournaments for, all the way U10, all the way up to like U22. And then there's, of course, professional boxing tournaments. They do tournaments all the time. It's the same as football, really, as well. There's not really much of a spotlight on the media about Saudi youth academies, but they are developing. My brother's youth academy has got new facilities, new indoor facilities they got this year. They've got coaches, UEFA License A coaches. They've got 3 UEFA License A coaches, 2 UEFA License B coaches, and a License C coach, all trained and very good. They've got very good, pitch facilities. They're invited to tournaments, for example. They're invited to this Manchester City tournament against Manchester City U something. So the youth facilities are good. Definitely not any spotlight on them. I don't really understand why. Just showing one side picture, in the media, but of course it is for the clicks. But yeah, I will say there is a developing youth sense here. Not the best, but it's developing, definitely trying to catch up to the standard in Europe, because of course to make a good league you need good incoming talent from, not just internationally but locally. And that's why, the youth leagues are so important, But yeah, that's my, anyway, opinions on the youth experience here. I think it's good. I think it's improving, definitely. 4 years ago, it wasn't that great. 5 years ago. Now it's definitely up there with, like, levels. But yeah, guys, if you have any questions as well for me, I'm fine to answer anything, really. Like, that's, on topic, kind of. But while we wait for this next half, next game, of course, is going to be Boca Juniors versus Bayern Munich. So that's going to be a big one there, big game. That's going to have a lot of different, goals. I assume there's going to be a lot of different stuff going on there. Yeah, I know it's awesome. I hope that it continues to go like this. Ronaldo definitely did change everything, because it became a lot more serious. Like, I know that they were going to invest in it anyway, but it just became so much more serious when he did come, because it actually became reality. So that's why I'm thankful to him for coming, really, because it's provided, my brother opportunities, providing me opportunities. And yeah, that's why I like Ronaldo so much there. But we are now waiting for the next half here. Let's go and open this up. Let's see how much longer till the next half. Let's take a look on FootMob. I'll also tell you the highest rated player currently on the field. The highest rated player currently for LAFC is Delgado with 7.3. The highest rated player for Esperance is going to be what looks like it's not a three-way tie. It's actually Belaili with a 6.9. So he is looking sharp. I actually saw Belaili getting most of the touches, on the attacking play for Esperance. Definitely, though, LA definitely having more possession, so of course their rating is going to be higher. Jesus 7.1, Long 7.2. The lowest rating really actually seems to be Martinez and Boanga, 5.7 and 5.8 respectively. And for Esperance, we have the lowest rating of a 6.2, which is Guenichi. So that is the ratings on both teams. In terms of substitutes, I do think that we'll probably see Martinez going off. I know he created some chances there, but he just keeps, lingering offside a little bit. He did waste possession a couple of times, so I do think he'll come off. Most likely, they'll bring on someone like Obobisse, who was actually good in the previous game against Chelsea. So I do see him probably coming on as a replacement in the right wing. Then, of course, for Esperance, I think maybe playing a new defender instead of someone like Marai, because he has got a lower rating. Also, Kanate hasn't been that effective, 6.4 rating. Though, of course, ratings aren't everything, because you can not really touch the ball and end up scoring like a hat-trick. So, yeah. It's definitely, based on, you know, positional, what you think really can change. Maybe I'd like to see someone like Sasse come on. I feel like he was good. Jan Sasse, the left winger from Brazil for Esperance, because he was, you know, in the last game for Esperance against Flamengo, providing a lot of chances there near the end. He had a high pace, high work rate. I do think he'll be effective, maybe taking off Guenichi, moving Kanate into a more centre forward role, and then playing, of course, Sasse in the left wing position, maybe altering the formation even from a classic 4-4-1-1 to maybe a 4-3-3, just so we have, you know, those wingers at the moment. I know 2 hours and it'll be a test for Bayern. Will Bayern be the first European team, the first team to defeat a South American team in this tournament? I think so. I think Bayern can do it. If any team can do it, it's them. PSG couldn't, just because they were being a bit too cocky, you know, playing the B team. But Bayern aren't going to take chances here against Boca. They'll play the A team 100%. I guarantee it. We can actually check the lineup out right now. So, predicted lineup is no one. Okay, we can't see yet. It will probably be available in 1 hour. So, we'll see the predicted lineup in 1 hour for this Bayern München versus Boca Juniors game. The referee for that game is actually going to be Australian, Ali Reza Fagani. Australian referee. And it's going to be hosted in Inter Miami Stadium, Hard Rock Stadium. Just let my dog outside of this room. Mueller out, Musiala in first squad. Nah, don't disrespect my boy Mueller, you know. Yeah, I agree with you. Mueller, you know, coming on as a substitute would definitely be effective, because Mueller, you know, he scored 2 goals in the last game, played the full 90 minutes. Of course, it was against Auckland City. He scored, you know, that brilliant scissor kick. But I feel like that Mueller will be more effective coming off the bench, you know, providing more quality in the second half. Musiala definitely should start. He is insane. What's the best game you've seen so far? For me, Real Madrid versus Al Hilal. Honestly, that's probably one of the better games too. The best game, however, I feel, is probably, for me, Benfica versus Boca Juniors. There was just so much action there. 2 red cards. It was a draw, but we had Otamendi, Di Maria's like little cheeky pen, which moved like really slow. I don't know how the goalkeeper didn't manage to save that for Boca. Boca, of course, having a bit of anger management issues with how much they were getting annoyed. Every time Otamendi and Di Maria touched the ball as well, just the Argentinian crowd booing them, of course, because Boca is Argentinian team, of course. So, yeah, it was pretty funny. That game was a whole lot of fun to watch. But yeah, Real Madrid, Al Hilal up there as well. One other game up there is probably Inter versus Monterrey. I loved Ramos scoring. That was such an exciting moment. That's actually going to be a headline moment, I feel like, for this Club World Cup. Ramos scoring, his celebrations just topped off everything. And, of course, then Lautaro's goal in quick succession. We also saw, you know, the likes of Bastoni really, like I said before, running through the midfield. He almost scored a goal solely by himself. So, yeah, that game was pretty exciting too. But, yeah, I think Boca versus Benfica was probably the most fun game. You could argue also a Bayern versus Auckland, but that was a bit one-sided. In more balanced games, those ones, though. Just letting Speedy out of this room. 1 second. I'll read your comment in a sec. There. Okay. Let's read it. I can see Kane, Musiala, Ulis, Kunan, Kimmich, Pavlovic, Lemar, Ta, Upamecano, Guerrero, and Neuer. Yeah, Boca's game was epic, of course. That was one of my favourites. But, yeah, for the lineup, yeah, I can see Kane playing. He was not effective in that Auckland game. I'm very surprised. He played very bad in that game. Was not great. But, yeah, Neuer starting. He'll actually have to do something in this game. Yeah, Guerrero, Upamecano, Jonahan Tah. That partnership's going to be so epic. Lema, yeah. Pavlovic, yeah. Kimi, Kanan, Olis, yeah. Yeah, I can see that lineup. Definitely the lineup probably that we'll see for that game. But now it is going to be return here, because the second half should be starting in about 60 seconds here. Let's have a look. Yeah, It's about 2 minutes till next half. The players are coming out already. It's been a little bit... I think this half was 17 minutes long, I think. Because there was a slight delay on them going inside. So it's been slightly longer half. But yeah, that's all good. Going into this next half, I can see, you know, LA maybe getting the first goal early on. If, you know, Esperance get the goal, they're definitely going to be, you know, killing the momentum really for LAFC. And that's something that LA don't really want to get, momentum being killed there. So, yeah, most definitely that's going to be a big one. And also we just saw there, I just saw them when I opened Instagram, just to check up on the football news from Fabrizio Romano. Nicholas Jackson, in his interview with the post-match interview there, he said he blamed full responsibility for the loss of Chelsea's game, which I 100% agree on. But actually, no, I 80% agree on it. I think the most of the responsibility as well should be blamed on Enzo Maresca for playing you on the field instead of keeping Liam Delap on, who was clearly creating nearly every chance for your team. And then as soon as you came on, yeah, you ruined it. So... definitely poor from Nicholas Jackson. That's why I think Chelsea will sell him. Though Enzo Maresca's tactics and, substitutional awareness should be questioned there. How late he left, you know, certain substitutes coming on, it's definitely not great looking. Especially leading 1-0 with such a dominant first half, you know. Such a dominant first half and leading 1-0 and then doing, you know, laps of concentration, bringing on Nicholas Jackson. Madueke coming on like the 80th minute, as that was poor as well. Definitely not a good idea by Enzo Maresca. Do, 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 do. 1 minute until the next half. The worst thing about all of these games, to be honest, is that there's a halftime. Because I just want to watch the full match. But here we go. The players coming out. The Esperance El Taraji players coming out of the tunnel. El Taraji coming out. Of course, you guys have been voting up in this poll here. 56% of you think El Taraji will get this W, while LAFC 28% and 17% for a draw. So I can, you know, see possibly a draw. But yeah, definitely there has been a little bit of dominance by LA. So Esperance hopefully have solved that inside of their tactical changes. This is actually the second matchup between CAF and CONCACAF clubs, with the last matchup ending 0-0 between Al Ahly and Inter Miami. Yes, yes, that was the opening match, and that was the heroics of Astari. The first game where I didn't have the scoreboard on the screen and I was speaking into a mic with a big echo. Yes, I remember that game. It feels like forever ago, but it was only, you know, like 6 or 7 days ago. When was that game even? It was like, what day was that? Now I'm trying to think. It was, let me scroll back, the 15th of June. So that was how long ago? Look at my calendar. It's the 21st, 15th. Yeah, almost 1 week ago, 6 days ago. Wow. Wow, that is only 6 days ago. It feels like, yeah, it's been like 4 months since that game happened. Games look different after their first halves. Exactly. It's because of the, you know, the coaching tactical changes. Oh, it's June. Yes, June 14th for USA, June 15th for me, though, because it was like at 4 a.m. in the morning of my time. But yeah, exactly, Nelson. Ages ago. Now, it's still yesterday for you guys, but today is now for me here. I'm tomorrow for you. It's very confusing, but yeah. And the problem with the, you know, the weather delays, I have to say this, the problem with the weather delays is I feel like they really kill the momentum of certain teams. For example, I actually feel sorry for Auckland City in that Benfica game, because they were doing extremely well until that weather delay for like, what was it, 2 hours or an hour 30? Absolutely killed their momentum in that game, and then they ended up conceding 5 goals. Of course, as well, Di Maria's only scored penalties in this tournament so far, but he's got player of the match now for that Benfica game. I did think Prestiani might have deserved it just for his gameplay, but yeah, been definitely not given there. But Di Maria did deserve it for his actual first game with Benfica, which he didn't get. Instead, it was given to one of Boca's players, I think. Jackson, other half of Chelsea squad, are not good enough. Yeah, I know. The starters on today for Chelsea, Chelsea's initial starters were good. They were a good set of players, you know. But as soon as Enzo really did those substitutions, I think he actually killed the game off a little bit. So maybe, you know, not bringing on Jackson instead. Well, he can't anymore because he's got 1 match suspension. But keeping Delap on for the full 90 would have been the best call to really, you know, maximize chances, because Delap is an insane player, and also the scoreboard should have started. I do realize, guys, don't worry. It's only been that much time. Oops, I should go like that. There we go. That actually slightly in front there. And this is the throw by Esperance, just controlled nicely. And it's now LAFC winning possession back. And here's a chance for LA, actually. It's a 2v3, and it's lost immediately. I don't think there's been any substitutions. Let's take a look. There has been one. So I did predict David Martinez would be coming off, and on comes Javero Dilrosun. So Dilrosun is now on the field for David Martinez. And that was a predicted substitution of mine, because David Martinez was not looking good on that first half there. He was definitely not looking too lively. He actually looked like he was walking most of the time. Even to the rebound, he kind of was a bit slow there. Here is a new thing, you guys. Every time now I see this, I'll put it in the chat. You can vote for player of the match through this link here that I'm going to send you. play.fifa.com/Potham. There we go. You can vote for your player of the match for this game on that website. Let me know who you vote for as well. Might not want to do it yet until there's a goal, but, you know, you can vote for your favorite player if you want. I mean, that's what's been happening in these games. And here's a chance for LA. There's a cross, and it just goes and it's deflected off. Boanga now with the ball passing back here. This is nice play from LA. Delgado. Now it's over to the side here for the new substitute. New substitute, of course. Just having to keep remembering his name. Dilrosun. Now this is going to be Segura just passing nicely to Jesus. Back to Long. Now back to Hollingshead. Now this is Boanga. Boanga trying to find... That was a bit lapse from Jesus. He should have sprinted there. Why was he walking towards the ball? Esperance now with the chance here to score. Rodriguez passing over to number... I don't even know who that was. He passed to someone, and then that just goes over nowhere. This is saved by Hugo Lloris. Looks like it's going to be a corner here for Esperance. Let's have a look who he actually passes to here. I think he passes to Ben Ali. Yeah, just on the side there. Ben Ali, just a little quick cross, and Laurie actually saves, because that was going in that cross. A nice whipped cross by Ben Ali. There, I keep thinking the number 2 on the Esperance shirt is the number 8, but no, it's not. Here's Esperance again with a chance, and this might be a penalty. It looks like it, and this is going to be a penalty check here for Esperance. Esperance have won a penalty. They've won a penalty, guys. The referee is telling everyone to back up here. He's telling every single player to back up, and only the captain should stand here. Of course, Long is the captain for LAFC, telling all of his teammates to back away. And so far, Esperance have the chance here to really go ahead. Let's have a look at this penalty. Is this going to be one? So the Esperance player brings it forward. He starts running in, and then there's like almost a push down on the back heel there. Can't really see it from that camera angle. Let's have a look here. It's a little bit of a dive there, guys. It's a little bit of a dive, but I can see, you know, the shove. The shove is there, but this looks like it might be given a penalty by the referee. Will the referee give it? There is a VAR check. VAR check for penalty. Do you think that's a penalty, guys? If you're watching, let me know. He's checking the monitor here. What are your thoughts, guys? Is this a penalty or not? And the referee going over to the monitor to take a check. And he is checking here. It looks like an initial dive almost. Usually when he goes over to monitor, he has been advised that this might not be a penalty. So, yeah, there's like a dive there. As he's diving down, there's a shove. But is that shove a dive more so, or just a legitimate attempt to stop the play there going into the box? It is a very tough call for this referee. From one angle here, actually looks very leaning onto the player. This actually might be not given, just based on sort of the movement of this Esperance player. We're going to see here. Let's see the decision. Waiting for it. And the referee has announced something. I think this is no penalty. And this is going to be a yellow card here for diving. Yep, no penalty. No penalty given, guys. I don't know what your thoughts are on that, but yeah, no penalty. There is no foul. It's a big dive there by number 11, Belaili, who was the best player of this, the first half for Esperance. But Youssef Belaili does get a yellow card there and is told he is diving by the referee. One more time, please. Groups A, B, C, D are on one half and E, F, G, H on another half. For example, A never meet G until both reach final. So the best way I can show you here is I'm going to send this link, which shows the knockouts. And you can just go and have a look at this, because this shows you the path to the knockout here. For anyone else interested, just copy that link in the chat. It's FootMob, and it shows the exact link there where, the knockout rounds, where everything's going to be ending up, So it shows each game specifically as well. You can also click on the table button next to the knockout button at the top there to select what tables there are as well. FootMob, very good tool. Recommend it for anyone who is interested in, football matches, wants to keep up with scores, and that sort of good stuff. This is going to be Hugo Lloris getting a drop ball. Laurie. Lloris just passes out to Hollingshead. And Hollingshead now with the ball, just losing it here. And Esperance have a chance. And it is now still with Esperance. Just playing it back all the way to Ben Said. Ben Said telling his defender to leave that one and just move to the side. And Mariah now has it. Nice little play by Ben Said there. And now it's LAFC with the ball. And that is going to be a free kick for Esperance. That is a foul on, looks like, Mokwana. But there is a dive by LAFC's player. Both coaches for this game as well are going to be, of course, for LAFC, it is, if I can actually have that there, Steven Trinodolo. And for Esperance, it is Maher Kanzari. We did see, of course, Steven's tactics in the Chelsea match were kind of effective until, of course, the second goal, muting Chelsea to one goal for most of the time. That was Pedro Neto's goal. But yeah, then, of course, he did end up losing that match. But his tactics were still pretty decent. Of course, Seattle are, in my opinion, the better MLS team in this tournament. Laurie just punches the ball out there and has won a throw-in here for Esperance. And Mokwana is, on the impact there of the shove. There is also a dive here, but it looks like by Jesus as Mokwana wins the ball off him. Yeah, and there is the initial shot on the volley there, and then Laurie just rams into Mokwana and punches the ball away. Yeah, that is a shove down to the ground there. Not going to be anything, though, because Laurie does get contact with the ball first. This is Esperance with the chance, and it's cleared away by LA. It's going to be another throw-in for Esperance. El Toroji throwing the ball in. And here now with the ball. Losing it. LAFC now with it. And back to Esperance. This is very sloppy from both teams, losing and gaining the possession. And again, now it's a goal kick. Laurie now going to be taking this. Another sloppy little piece of play there. And that goal kick goes precisely down to Boanga, who has now got the ball. Finds some open space there with Jesus. And Boanga now playing the ball upfield. Sorry, playing a run upfield, should I say. And now this is on the right side here with Palencia. Palencia bringing the ball in. And here's a cross coming in, and it's just headed away by Esperance. And Esperance do try to retain possession. Now it's given straight back to LA. This is LA with another chance here. It's Jesus. Jesus chipping it over to Boanga. Boanga back to Jesus. Now it's Boanga on the side here. And this is a dive by Boanga. No penalty given. He tries to appeal for one there. There's a very sudden decision there for him to dive. But yeah, no pen. And Boanga actually doesn't really understand how there isn't a pen. It clearly isn't, no. I think he's more surprised by the fact that the Belaili did predict exactly which way he was going to run, so he just stood there as a shield. And now this is over to the side here. Tugai. Ben Hamid is on the left, but no, it's not passed to him. Instead, it's passed forward here rapidly to Esperance's running forwards, and that is going to be a advantage played for LAFC, just winning it back here. It's now going to be Jesus on this side. Passing ball to Boanga does not reach him, however. It's intercepted by Esperance's Belaili. Now it's over to the left side here. Belaili. Will this be another, 0-0 between the CAF and CONCACAF clubs? Of course, as Nelson did mention before, Al Ahly and Inter Miami were the last meeting between the two, and it was a 0-0. And so far as it stands, this is going to be a 0-0. And this is going to be a pass around this side to Belaili. Mokwana trying to find some space. Just passes over to the side there for Tugai. Tugai finding Kanate, and it's just back to Mariah. Mariah doing a lofted left side ball. Now with it. Back over to Ben Hamid. Tugai. Mariah. And Mariah just passes over to Belaili. Belaili passing to Mariah. And now back to Tugai. Just a lot of passing by Esperance, really trying to get that possession stat upwards, like we saw in the last end of the first half there, really. It was 36%, I think. Let's have a look at what it is now. So possession stats for Esperance is 37%, which isn't higher than previously. It's still kind of low. They do need to, hold the ball a little bit longer. They're string together a cover a path. Look, can I even speak a sentence here? Like, am I genuinely, my mouth is broken or something? They can't even string together a couple of passes here, really, which is a bit embarrassing, And this is now Esperance on the left side here. Ogbelu. Anyone just get that sometimes when they're speaking and then all of their words just slur into one word? And now this is Belaili. Guinichi passing back to Mariah. Now to the left side here. Ben Hamida. Over to Ogbelu. Ben Hamida. Tugai at the back. Again, just passing. Esperance do have, of course, more shots. 5. Shots on target 2. They've also had 2 corners, whereas LA have had less. LA still haven't got a shot on target in this game, besides, of course, the 2 offside goals. And that is a good keep-in by Belaili, actually. And he passes it back here. This is a chance for Kanate. Nice through ball here. Kanate and he just gets it cleared away. And this is actually a good chance for Bouanga now on the left here. And this is going to be Olivier Giroud just passing it through to Bouanga. Bouanga's got an open field here in front of him. It's Bouanga against the goalkeeper, Ben Said, and he somehow doesn't shoot. What is Bouanga doing? What is Bouanga doing? That is poor play from him. He is lucky it is offside, I'm sure. That was offside there, but that is poor from Bouanga. Olivier Giroud, just a brilliant pass. That actually wasn't offside. The linesman called that false. Yeah, Bouanga should have done better, guys. He did not do a good job. Really should have chipped the keeper. Ben Said just standing firm in ground, holding his position there, like a sweeper keeper should do. Holds his position, not tricked by any skills. And then, yeah, it should have been a chip over. Why was that not the decision-making skills there necessary for that one? And Rodriguez is coming off, and on comes Jabri as his replacement, which is going to be essential for Esperance because Rodriguez, again, hasn't made much of an impact like he did even in the previous game with Esperance. He has been subbed off both times with minimal impact. Also, Mokwana has been subbed off as well. And on to replace him is going to be someone. Yan Sase. Yan Sase will replace. Again, that is just poor, though, from Bouanga. Really should have finished that one for LAFC. They should be 1-0 up, and they're not. And there is a little bit of a cooling break here, I think. Though it shouldn't be for too long. Maybe like a minute or so here. There we go. Anyway, Ben Said plays the ball down the field. And LA do regain some possession here. It's going to be played on, even though Esperance did dive to the floor there. And the Esperance player who did dive is back up. And now it is going to be long passing over to Palencia. Palencia waiting to see what he does. He just passes to Delgado. Nice little one-touch there. And this is now Segura. Finds Bouanga there. Bouanga's like sprinting in that is all great, but it's just the finishing that really needs to be improved. Still missing, you know, that sort of finish that we really need to see. There was a dink over Ben Said. I know Ben Said's arms are very long. He is very tall as a goalkeeper, but again, he was squatted down. I don't think he would have enough time really to react to a dink over, especially on the right side. If he curled it slightly, it might have caused a bit of trouble for Ben Said to really collect that one and finish it off as a goalie ball. And this is going to be a throw-in here, I think, for what looks like Esperance. Minimal LAFC fans in the crowd. Of course, this isn't their home stadium. I don't think they've had a home stadium game, but there's about 50 of them in the crowd, maximum in the ultra section. And it is actually going to be a goal kick here for Ben Said. The 8-second rule is applied to all goal kicks. All goalie holding the balls as well. We've seen it in 2 matches so far applied. Now going to be Segura on the side here. Segura, long ball coming out. And it's passed to Bouanga. Bouanga back. Nice and easy there. Trying to find his teammate Hollingshead. And then there's a little foul here on Hollingshead. And Esperance get their yellow card. That is going to be a yellow card for what looks like to be... I think that's the new substitute. Yeah, it's the new substitute just getting a yellow card already. He's been on for about 3 minutes. Yan Sase, yellow card. That's not going to be that great for him when he goes back to the coach at the full time. Now this is going to be on the side here. Palencia passes too long. Segura. Still no goals. And that is going to be a throw-in for LAFC. Just a deflection off of Esperance there. LA trying to find a nice pass through. However, is intercepted. And Esperance now have the ball. And here's a good play by Esperance, actually. Nice little through ball over to the right side here. This is Yan Sase Jan Sasse takes the shot, and it's saved by Hugo Lloris and cleared away by his teammates. Now, this is going to be a nice counter chance, possibly for LAFC, because Esperance did commit quite a few, though their defense line did stay quite deep into the midfield, so not really coming too high up. This is now on the right side here. Dilroson just playing it in. That's cleared away by Ben Said. Again, the goalkeeper's showing some quality here for their teams. Thanks for a link. Looks like Juve will lost to City to avoid real PSG. And Bayern on one side from your calculation looks like. Yes. Definitely as well use FootMob for all of these games because, it gives you the stats and everything that you need. Also shows you, like, transfers and that. It's the app I've been using now for about 3 or 4 years. So, yeah. This is Jan Sesse's chance from before. What a brilliant save by Hugo Lloris, by the way. Just actually very close to going in, but Lloris just ducks down, gets the arm straight connecting with his foot to prevent that from happening. And this is going to be a corner for LAFC, or it's actually going to be a free kick from just outside the box. Here we go. LAFC from the right side here, cross coming in, and that is headed just over the bar. And that was a missed opportunity there for Giroud. Olivier Giroud, obviously brilliant with headers. He will always be the target here in this situation. And yeah, just misfires that one. So close to putting LAFC up again, 1-0, but just not quite. Ben Said also had it covered as well because his arm was directly where the position of the header was. And this is going to be now at the back here for Esperance. Ben Said. Long ball by Ben Said all the way down to the attacking side. And this is going to be LA just cleaning up nicely. Given away. And it's going to be an LAFC free kick, actually, because there is a slight foul by Jan Sasse. Esperance fans still chanting for their team to get a goal here. It's still 0-0. Still no goals for CONCACAF CAF battles in this Club World Cup. And we are yet to see one. Let's see which side will get one first. And that is just a wasted ball there by Jesus. That was poor. It was actually Delgado. Sorry, Jesus. I apologize for mis-saying who it was. Now it's going to be Esperance with the ball. Now it's Dugay. Passing through there is Guinichi. And now this is a nice ball. Just intercepted by Delgado. And now it is a through ball there played by Segura. And this is a chance for LA. Jesus there. And a through ball to Giroud, and it's just mistouched and cleared away by Esperance for a LAFC throw-in. Definitely a lot more chances for, of course, both sides in this half. The stalemate is going to be unblocked soon, I'm pretty sure of it, because both sides very close to getting goals between these, close, rapid chances of counter-attack. This is what both teams are really playing in this game. And that's, of course, why it's been 0-0 for so long, because the counter-attack is, of course, both teams' main play style, and the goalkeepers have been performing in their biggest duties. LA really should have been leading this one, though. But, of course, heroics from Ben Said and also the poor finish from Boanga really did not help the cause. This is Boanga now. Tries to skill pass one, and it's intercepted nicely by Belaili. Belaili back over to Mariah. And that is going to be a ball for LAC. Now it's interception, and it looks like it is going to be a goal kick. Looks like the ball went out, or there might have been some sort of... Oh, yeah, there's a handball. Handball in the box. It's going to be a free kick. Boanga just handballs it for control. Not great from him again. Really wasted a vital opportunity there because the ball was won back in the box with like one player there. I do expect Boanga to come off soon just because of these missed opportunities. He's really had all of them, but he's not done much here, which is unfortunate, I do think he'll probably be replaced, of course, by Ebo Bisse, Raposo, or Yeboah. All very good. Esperance with a chance. And that is going to be still played on for Esperance in the box. And it goes in. It's a goal for Esperance. It's 1-0. It's a brilliant goal. It's from the impossible angle. And it looks like it's been Who was this who scored? Belaili, the guy who dove before Esperance 1-0. El Taraji, whoever voted El Taraji to win, 52% of you guys are so far going to be correct because it is 1-0 and Esperance is leading. He does the billboard celebration, sitting on the billboard there. And what a goal there it is from Belaili. Brilliant. Goes hugs with his fans. Nice little class touch from him. Let's have a look at this. So the initial thing there actually kind of looks almost like a penalty. And then this is Belaili just shooting and it deflects off Laurie into the goal. This actually might have been an own goal here by Hugo Lloris because it doesn't look like it's going in. And yeah, it does look like it will be maybe counted as an own goal. Esperance definitely, though, having the better chance here. Really should have finished it off there. Laurie not prevented that from going in. But yeah, Belaili has scored and he's put his team up ahead. Unfortunately, deflections always happen in football and nothing Laurie can do about that one. 1-0. And yes, as it stands, Belaili is keeping his team in this competition here. Let's have a look at the table, actually, to just see where Esperance does stand on the table. Currently, they stand tied with Chelsea with 3 points. They actually need to get one more goal here to equalise with Chelsea in second place. One goal by Esperance, and they will be equal with Chelsea. So that's what they really need to achieve here. If they want round of 16 football, if they want, you know, the investment from the round of 16, the funds that you can get, they need this goal. And the goal has been given, and this is going to be now LAFC taking it. Do you guys think that Esperance will get 2 goals here and go up into second place? Let me know. It seems like that this might be possible. You know, it might have shattered LA and their hopes here, really. It might have stopped the momentum, you know, that they were building up this whole time. Boanga should have finished earlier. That's all I can say for LAFC fans. He should have finished earlier to make this one a 1-1 at least. But you never know. That might not have even happened if he had scored because the momentum would be entirely different. Boanga just shooting on the side netting there. It's still going to be a goal kick here, Ben said. And here we go. Let's see what Ben said will kick to. Will he kick up forward? No, he just passes over to Ben Ali on the right side. Chelsea scored 3 goals in 2 games. Yes. So, yeah, Esperance might need, one more just to go up on goal difference. Because Chelsea has more attacking goals. I forgot if it was attacking or goals against, but yeah, it's attacking goals first, I presume. Of course, there's one more match, which Chelsea's next opponent is Esperance. So technically, if Esperance do stay in, you know, third place, tied really second with Chelsea, it's going to go down to a almost like a derby here, where we're going to have Esperance fans everywhere. We're going to have Chelsea fans everywhere, and whichever one does win is obviously going into the round of 16. I don't know what will happen with the draw. I think, it does go to goal difference. But if, you know, Esperance can level here with the attacking goals, then I don't know what happens. Do you guys know what happens if every single stat is equal on second and third place, like tied second place? I'm not too sure myself, but you guys can let me know. This is now Ben Ali. And this is nice through ball. Oh, no one gets that, though. That would have been a good through ball if Esperance actually had, you know, maneuvered to the correct positions there. Definitely Esperance fans are much louder than LAFC fans. There's almost no LA fans here. Esperance fans, majority of the crowd. And I got to say, they have a big fan base here at this stadium here. Their whole side behind Hugo Lloris is covered in red and yellow. And here's Esperance on the chance of another goal here. There's a pass through, little back heel, and there's a shot, and it just goes wide. Almost another goal for Esperance. Jan Sasse so close to scoring again. Chelsea need to really, if Esperance get through here, Chelsea need to really lock in against Esperance and play, as much attacking football as possible. I'm sure they can defeat Esperance just based on quality alone, but you never know, though, in football. Of course, for example, Flamengo game, I actually thought Chelsea would win that, you know, decently, like a 2-0 or a 2-1. But, yeah, Flamengo turned that around after the second half. So Chelsea are going to need to really play their hearts out for this to get into the round of 16 here. The best they can do, of course, is probably going to be second, just because Flamengo play LAFC next, and I don't see them losing that. So if they come second, Chelsea in Group D will play first in Group... Let's see what group they will play. Let's see here. So Chelsea will be second in Group D. So that's 2D versus 1C. So they'll verse 1 in C. And Group C's current leader is Benfica with 4 points. Though if Bayern win against Boca, it will look like that Chelsea most likely will verse Bayern in the next round if they can get through. Otherwise, Esperance will verse Esperance will verse Bayern if they get through. Cooling break here for both teams. And just having a look at the replay here for this goal. Yeah, so the initial pass there just doesn't reach anyone. The deflection by number 6 over to... There was Jesus deflecting over to Belaili, and then he just shoots and it deflects in by Hugo Lloris with a poor goalkeeper touch. And the Tunis fans are so happy there. They're, you know, some of them are bawling their eyes out behind the stadium, behind the goal there, because it's actually insane. 100 mil works on imagination, some smaller clubs. Yeah, I know. Imagine, you know, some of these smaller clubs getting to the round of 16, you know, for example, like Esperance getting there, if they can, would be huge for them, because the bonus for each round, even though it gets bigger, the round 16 bonus to qualify is, like, great. So they need to really, you know, have that desire, that hunger, the same one they've got here against Chelsea if they want to get in. Of course, the money's going to be more important to them compared to Chelsea. But Chelsea, I can see if they win that, maybe buying a substitute striker, selling Nicholas Jackson. I don't know what some Chelsea's fans' opinions are on him, but to me, I feel like he really is. It's time to leave Chelsea FC. Hello, Fatima. Let me translate your message because I do not speak such language. Let me translate this one. It says, back off country? I don't know what that means. Okay. If you pass group stage, there is some bonus. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Esperance got to score 2 more goals without conceding to move into second place. Yeah, in Group D. Yeah, I know. So they have to have a 3-0 to get into the second place. Of course, though, you know, Nelson's not going to really matter, to be honest, because the next game is against Chelsea. So it's going to be a big, you know, game there where it's going to be all on the line if they don't manage to fumble this lead here, Esperance. All on the line in the next game. And this is going to be cleared away by LAFC. And now here's a chance. Sorry, Esperance clear it away. LAFC with the chance. And it's lost. And here we go. It's an open field. It's an open field. No one's there. And there's a pass across. I don't know what this guy's doing in the box here, but there's a bad play there. And it hits the crossbar somehow and doesn't go in. What was that? It was an open field, bro. Pass it across or score. It was an open field. Guys, I don't know if you're watching this replay at the same time as me. It's an open field, and he genuinely manages to fumble that. He should have passed across sooner before, of course, the defender covered that passing option. He did skill Laurie, did all the work, and didn't do the shot. Could have been 2-0. Could have been done. The fans are not happy about that one, clearly, because that should have been 2-0 there. And now if Esperance concede, that's going to be really embarrassing for them because they literally had an open goal. And there seems to be an injury here for number 38, Guinichi. Could see him getting subbed off, you know. Definitely could see that happening. But yes, we'll wait and see what the coach for Esperance have to decide about that. Nothing there. That's a dive. That's a dive there. Unless he's pulled a muscle and I can't see it, that is a complete dive. Also, guys, we are 1 subscriber away from 5,230 subscribers. So whoever subscribes up, if you're a public subscriber, you'll appear here. But if you're not, I'll give you a shout out if you say you subscribed. You know, W's to every subscriber as well that's already here supporting, you know. I appreciate you guys all so much. And make sure to smash that like button too for, of course, we're doing lots of commentation here throughout this Club World Cup period. And now it looks like there's going to be some substitutions occurring here. So, of course, the first substitution is going to be what looks like, if I can get the substitution board up here, substitution for LAFC. Looks like Yeboah will be coming on. I definitely could see that happening, of course. Yeboah. Yeah, so it looks like Hollingshead, Delgado, and Tillman have all come off. It's a triple substitution for LA, and Yeboah, Marlon, and Amaya have all come on. Still, Esperance playing with their team that they've played with most of the half. Of course, they did some substitutions earlier on in the 67 and 76 minute. But yeah, no changes for them. And now it is going to be LAFC with the ball. Again, that could come back to bite Esperance, that missed open goal. So, of course, Laurie was there. I'm not saying genuinely like an open goal. There's a catch by Ben said. Looks like Miami will be the only American team to win a game in the Club World Cup. I know. Yeah, I did think that Seattle should have really, you know, got a win there against Atleti just because they were the better team for most of that game. Atleti did get set pieces which helped them score. But, yeah, Seattle were good. I have to say I was very surprised by them. Definitely not as well known as these other two teams here from the MLS. LAFC, of course, having 2 star players from the, you know, such a high level, and Inter Miami, of course, having Barca's former players and Mascherano as the coach. But Seattle really didn't really have too much of anyone. Frey, probably the only one really that's of, you know, major, well-known, best MLS goalkeeper. Like from, I think he's from Canada, is he? I don't know. Is Frey from Canada? Let's see. Stefan Frey. He is from Switzerland. Oh. Yeah, but supposedly he's the best goalkeeper in the MLS. I was going to think either Canada or Switzerland there, but it was Swiss. And this is going to be a free kick here for Espérance. Can they capitalize? Cross coming in there, and it just goes out for a goal kick. Hugo Lloris is going to be taking this quickly. But yeah, Miami did deserve that win against Porto. Porto were abysmally bad. They need to really, first of all, get out of this tournament immediately and never come back. And second of all, make sure that their squad actually is, you know, it's got a coach that actually knows how to play some tactics. They're playing Pepe, which they weren't for some reason in those games. I have no idea why they're not playing their best player, their highest value player besides Diogo Costa. But yeah, and then they're not playing really any tactics. There was no attacking football. There's no passion when I watched them. Definitely not like Porto. And I could see in Pepe's eyes, you know, Pepe, the defender in the stands there, when he was watching on, he did not look happy. He looked actually very upset that his team, you know, has degraded into such a quality. But yeah, clear Miami deserved win. They were actually excellent in that game. Again, Ustari, for me, should have been, you know, one of the players of the match. I mean, wish you could get a player at 2 players of the match, you know, player of the match tactically, and then also player of the match voted, because of course Messi voted player of the match, and then we also give Ustari the tactical one just because he really saved Miami so many times in both games. He has been so crucial to Inter Miami in this Club World Cup. And here's a chance for Esperance to capitalize on another goal. Shot is coming by, and it just goes over there. That is a miss by Sasse once again, and the Esperance fans actually can't believe it. They don't understand how they're not 2-0 up yet. I don't get it either. These chances just can't get any easier. I mean, this one's harder than the original one before, but the goal is right there. Here's another Esperance chance coming on. The goal kick by Hugo Lloris must have been intercepted off cam there. This is now Sasse. Just poor touch by, I think that was another substitute coming on there. And Esperance once again with the ball. Here's a chance. And again, number 4 for Esperance. with multiple poor touches. That's Belaili, who has got a 6.1 rating at the moment. He's got like about 3 poor touches in the span of about 10 seconds there. Esperance again with the ball. And that is out. LA really need to capitalize on this sort of lack of real scoring by Esperance and get the equalizer here as quick as possible, because LA do have a chance to also stay in this game, you know. By getting a win here, they would also technically be eligible to, you know, fight for a qualification in the next round. Of course, there would, though, not be as great of a fight as for Esperance, because they are actually versing Chelsea, whereas LA are going to be versing Flamengo, which is going to be an extremely difficult game for them. I know Esperance second half are definitely been, you know, much more lively. They've been much more attacking, and this is what I'm saying. The halftime breaks here have really seen so many shifts of teams that you don't really see in leagues. You don't see this great of a shift in a team, you know, quality, possession base and stuff, compared to, you know, such as in the Premier League or La Liga or Serie A, Turkish Super League. You never see this sort of stuff, really, where the teams change this much. And this Club World Cup's bringing out this sort of quality from the coaches. We're really seeing coach quality here, such as Flamengo after halftime, Esperance after halftime. We saw Palmeiras after halftime even. Pachuco after halftime, though they didn't win, they still got a goal immediately. And let's see what Kingslayer says here. LA has missed way too many chances. I don't know how they miss when they have so many. I know the biggest miss for me has to be, of course, Boanga. Literally, there's nothing easier there, Boanga. Just chip it over the keeper. Just do something. But no, he really did fumble LA's opening goal. And, you know, if they had the opening goal then, everything could have changed. Olivier Giroud is going to be coming off. I'm surprised. There's like 4 minutes left. And on comes instead Ebo Bisse. And W's, first of all, Kingslayer, thank you for subscribing so much. I highly appreciate that. It's as bad as a penalty that Haiti missed in their last match. I know. It's like, even Esperance as well. Like, how do you miss these 1v1 chances? Like, I know it's a lot of pressure. I know it's possible to miss. But, I mean, the 1v1s don't get any easier than these two I've seen in this game for both teams. Both teams should have capitalized. LA as well, really unlucky, I think, at the start there with their offside goals. I think they really were the more dominant team in the first half. But, yeah, this halftime talk has changed Esperance as a whole, really. It's really, you know, opened them up with a more attacking prowess that we've seen. But LA now with the ball here. Can they do anything with... I think there's going to be about 5 minutes left, maybe 6 minutes left. I think there'll be 90 plus 3 because there wasn't that many stops. Except for maybe a penalty review early on. I can't really remember. Oh, there was a cooling break. It'll be 90 plus 4. Okay. I just remembered. Cooling break. Boanga. Boanga takes a wild shot. That is a waste. Nah, he should not have done that one. That is a waste from Boanga. I don't know how Boanga actually hasn't been subbed off instead of Olivier Giroud. Because Giroud himself did have a very good chance. He hasn't really been receiving the ball that much. I guess that's probably why the coach putting someone in tactically different in the striker position, of course. Trying to, you know, get something out of the results here. But it seems like that Boanga really should have come off earlier. He's got the pace and everything. He just doesn't have the finishing. And sometimes, yeah, his vision IQ is a little bit low. Though he is definitely got that quality that I can see, you know, in like world-class players, but definitely not up there yet. There is going to be a substitution coming on soon for Espérance, and it looks like it's going to be number 6 for someone. Number 6 is, of course, if we go check the subs, he is Hamza Jalassi, a defender, so I could guess probably Maria is going to be coming off because he has got the lowest rating on the defense there for Espérance with a 6.8, I think it is the lowest. Yeah, 6.8. You could also see the left back for Espérance also coming off because he's also got a pretty low rating. In MLS, Boanga is LA's best player. Well, that's unfortunate because, I mean, I haven't watched really much of the MLS, but that is unfortunate if he's the best player in their league campaign. And then, of course, here he's just not performing for the team when they need him most because he did miss you know, the biggest miss of the game, really. But still, there could be some chances like this one coming up, and it's just given away. There, just Boanga, just a bit too heavy of a touch. I think it was more better defending, though. Not really his fault. Yeah, hopefully we can see maybe something from Boanga here in this remainder of extra time. He still has got a lot of energy here. He's not looking tired, so that's a good sign. Definitely could outpace some of these tired Esperance defenders. They will have to see. And Jalassi has come off. Who is he coming off for? Let's go check. And it's going to be the right back, Ben Ali. So Maria and Ben Hamida, who both had the lowest defensive ratings, are still going to be on for this game. Oh, it's actually come off for Belaili, not Ben Ali. My excuse there, guys. Sorry. Yeah, he's come off there for a left wing, so it looks like that Esperance might be digging in here with a more defensive team just for the remainder of time. And this ball's going to go all the way down the field for LA to just recollect. And it's Youssef Belaili, who has been voted Superior Player of the Match. I'm not sure who you guys voted for, but Belaili definitely deserved with that the only goal of this game. And it was, of course, a brilliant goal. Mostly a deflection, but was a goal nonetheless. And this is going to be a free kick for Esperance. This might be a dive here. Let's have a look when the replay appears. So yeah, just yeah, that's a dive. That's a dive. What's the worst game I've watched so far out of the whole Club World Cup? Let's have a look at all the games just quickly, just to refresh my memory. I'll just see the match table. So we had, of course, yesterday, all those. None yesterday. Really, yesterday I had a lot of good games. I guess the most boring probably was Salzburg versus Pachuca, kind of. Wasn't too interested in that game. Al-Ali versus Inter Miami was good, even though it was a 0-0. Oh, I know. Fluminense versus Dortmund was atrocious. Also, Palmeiras versus Porto was pretty bad too. Both 0-0 games, but they were just, both teams just not on form there. At least the Brazilian teams are starting to show a lot of form. But Porto just is not enjoyable to watch in this Club World Cup, really, at all. I would have thought they would have been more enjoyable than Benfica to watch, but it's like Benfica is a more enjoyable Portuguese team in this tournament. Porto definitely did not even deserve to be here. Sporting should have been here, but yeah. There is going to be 8 additional minutes of extra time. So we've already used 3 of these minutes, but there will be 8 in total, and it looks like to be a free kick for LAFC just outside the box here. Yep, it's going to be a free kick. This is a chance for LA to get back a goal. And the Esperance players are very nervous here, because if this is a goal, you know, all their hard work for nothing. If a goal also occurs here, really, they're actually kind of stuck where, you know, a draw technically, again, technically, they can still get in if they beat Chelsea, but that is such a, you know, unreliability that a win here is basically essential. A win here is essential for them to almost try and get that spot into the next round. The Dortmund game was unbearable. I know, that was so bad. Yeah, imagine Messi in his prime on this tournament. Imagine Ronaldo playing this tournament, bro. Ronaldo, Messi in their prime. Imagine them on the same team in this tournament. And that is a catch there by Ben Said. A nice rebound fire from what looks to be possibly, let's see who did that, Javaro there. Just a rebound firing, and Ben Said just a nice collect. Imagine Ronaldo and Messi on the same team. I heard Ronaldo, yeah, was linked to River Plate. And he said that he's only going to go to, like, Argentina League. Maybe if Messi goes with him. He said that in the interview, I think, with the Portugal squad before the Nations League final. And now this is Esperance on the right side here. This is going to be played all the way over to the left, actually. My screen just lagged out for a second. And now this is Esperance still with the ball, though. There's a whole right side open. Dortmund can do well just if they don't play haram ball, because they were playing it in their game. It was unbearable. Dortmund squad also needs Job as a starter. I'm not even joking. When he came on, they actually played better. But Job needs to be a starter. It's not overrating him because he's Jude's brother. I actually think Job could become better than Jude just because I feel like Job is not trying to live in his brother's footsteps. I know he's going to Dortmund, which, I mean, contradicts what he said to himself. But I feel like he plays more of a not attacking player, more of a team player, more of a midfield, deep lying, more of a DM rather than an AM. He can score, but I think he plays more of, tiki-taka style play, whereas Jude's more of a gets the ball, runs up with Vinny and Kylian and Rodrigo, and then he tries to shoot himself. Of course, Jude also does very good plays. We did see the best of him in 23-24. Hopefully, we can see more of him in 25-26 and not him being a dud like last season. As a Real Madrid fan, even saying this, I think they would only play a few minutes and not waste their fitness. Yeah, I know. Yeah. And this is a ball coming in from LA. And LA still with the ball, takes another shot. And that is going to be a rebound shot from long range. Holy jeez. Just going over the goal there. That was an absolute rocket. Sent out by, I think that was Segura. No, it wasn't. It was Jesus there with an absolute rocket. My goodness, a missile just over the top left. Didn't know he could have those in his locker because that was insane. And there looks to be an injury in the box here for LAFC. I don't think it's a penalty. Ref might check, but yeah. LA are getting desperate now to really try and look for a pen this late into the game. I think Ronaldo said that he thinks Long Way probably resting after Nations League. Yeah. That's what I was saying exactly. There is a possible penalty check on VAR. This could be crucial for LA. Let's see. First of all, and then I'll give my thought on Ronaldo. Oh, this could be a penalty here, actually. The referee might be checking the monitor, it looks like. I think he is. And yeah, Ronaldo, yeah, he said it's because, if you guys know, I said this in a previous live stream, Ronaldo had an injury on his knee in like 2015. It was a severe one. It stopped him from actually doing, the dribble skills that he always used to do, right? He stopped doing that in 2015, became a natural striker. He still had pace and all that, but the dribble skills started to fade off slowly. He still does a little bit now, but not many. And that sort of, that knee injury is now a recurring one. And he said that was the thing that's come back to him in the Nations League final. He actually felt it before the game. And then going into the final there, he was so mad with himself when he came off because, of course, Ronaldo never going to try and miss out on a pen shootout. He's going to be, the best pen shootout player probably in the game. Nuno Mendes actually coming up there for me as one of the best. But, yeah, he just, hopefully that knee injury does settle down a little bit because I do want him to play for, 2 more years because I think he's got it in him. He definitely could have the best longevity out of any player. And this is going to be a penalty, I can tell. Yeah, that's going to be a penalty there. The referee's going to give it. And thank you, Mr. Messi. Appreciate it. Yeah, I tried my hardest. And I'm just glad you guys enjoy it. Bellingham a bit overrated. This season, last season he was good. But this season, which technically is now last season, he was, not great. He was definitely struggling in sort of the, the new team composition. And let's see what the decision is. Penalty for LAFC. And this has really jeopardized El Taraji, Esperance's chance here of possibly going into, the round of 16. And it seems like for now, if LA can convert, that Chelsea might be safe here. Chelsea are going to be most likely safe unless they lose to Esperance now. So really, it's up to Ben Said to first of all save Esperance here and keep them into this game. That is for sure a penalty now looking at it. There's an unnecessary absolute smash into someone's leg there in the box. And yeah, do you think there will be a goal? Or do you think that Ben Said is going to clutch up for his team and save it, guys? I don't know. You guys let me know before this is taken. And it's going to be Boanga who's taking. Now, Boanga, the problem is here, if he misses, he's got now 3 real bad plays linked with him. So hopefully he doesn't miss. I just hope for his, morale being, their best player in their MLS season. I hope he doesn't miss here, guys. Just so you know. for his morale. But, of course, Esperance players are going to want this guy to miss. Esperance fans are going to want him to miss, and Ben said to save. Let's see. We haven't seen Ben said on the save yet. 2 saves so far in the tournament. Can there be a third penalty save here? Boanga, ready, fire, and it's saved by Ben said. Ben said's done it. He saved Esperance, and LAFC are going to be out of it. That is going to be full-time any second now. It looks like it'll be full-time in about a minute, but I can't believe it. Ben said saved it. Boanga, oh no. That is so disappointing for him, guys. I feel actually sad for him because he's now really just... it shouldn't have been him. It's like with Valverde in the Real Madrid game. He shouldn't have taken... It should have been Modric, first of all, to take the pen in the Real Madrid game. Or, you know... Yeah, I actually think Modric would have been the best choice. But, yeah, it shouldn't have been Boanga. It should have been someone else that, you know, has got a fresh pair of legs, that maybe isn't that nervous going into this. And this is a very good chance for Esperance. This could be a goal to finish the game off. And here we go. Esperance, Laurie saves off the line. There's still one more chance here for LA. One more chance. And full time, Esperance have won. 1-0, 100 minutes played of football. And there we go. Esperance have won 1-0 this game. And as it stands, they have a chance now of going into the round of 16. Something probably no one expected, really. Esperance and LAFC having a chance at all to go in the round of 16. But here they are. Now it's all up to Esperance to do the damage to Chelsea in the next round, round 3 of the Club World Cup tournament. Otherwise, Chelsea will be securing a place against them if they can, of course, get the win. I can't believe it. Also there, really, again, Esperance really should have... Is the game not done? The game is not done. What? The game is not done. Laurie got a free kick. Okay, wow. I thought the ref called full time. The score disappeared at the top. Well, it's going to be done any second now. It's like in 2 minutes here. There's no way they continue to play on, right? Is it done now, or is it still going? There we go. Okay, it's done now. Wow. Done. And that was overtime by like 4 minutes. A little bit unnecessary by the referee, but they've done it. Esperance have secured 3 points here in the Club World Cup. And so far, and it's probably going to stay this way, no MLS club besides Inter Miami have got a win in the Club World Cup. And that is it for this game. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We'll read the stats actually before we just end off here. Of course, if you're interested in them, here are the statistical informations. So, for this game, stats. Possession, 60% possession to LA, 40% for Esperance, 1.4 expected goals LA, 10 shots, 2 on target, 2 big chances missed, 509 passes, and 90% of them were accurate, and 9 fouls committed by LA, 2 corners. Now for Esperance, 40% possession, 1.10 expected goals, 10 total shots, 5 on target, 2 big chances, 1 big chance missed, 303 accurate passes, 81% accuracy in total, 14 fouls, and 2 corners. And Chelsea will smash them next game. Who knows? We don't know, because in football, anything can happen. That's all, guys. Make sure to smash like, though. Definitely do that. And smash subscribe if you haven't already, because we are live for the 4 a.m. game, which is going to be Boca Juniors versus Bayern Munich, which should be a goal fest. And that was a great second half. That really had all the entertainment. One of the more entertaining matches of this tournament, I should say. I really enjoyed this one. I didn't think I was going to enjoy it too much. But yeah, I enjoyed this one quite a lot, guys. So well done to Esperance for getting the win. Unfortunately, LAFC couldn't capitalize on the chances. But again, well done to them. They did play, you know, proper football. Pet Speedy for us. Yes, I will. I'll try and bring her back in here for the next match, because she is, I think, just sleeping out in the lounge room or something like that. But yes, thank you so much, guys. And I'll see you guys in the next game in 1 hour, in less than an hour. Goodbye.